I was seeing someone like Lookman, off the ball movement, tracking back, marking around. Moses Simon as well. I spoke with Frank Onyeka, that was last week. And in fact, he said that what he plays at Brentford is different from what he plays, what Pesero told him to play. And he did not have a choice. That's to show you that most of these players are even sacrificing.
Intrigue is the word to explain what is happening in AFCON this year. If you've not been watching AFCON, I'm sorry, you've been missing probably the biggest sports event in the world today. On that note, I welcome you to another edition of Best of Best Sports. My name is Roy Kelvin Anunike, and I have my team here, the best guys that will analyze and explain this sport to you for you to understand it. And I have IBK Sports.
Good to see you. I can see the fact that you made mention of how beautiful and sweet the AFCON is. For me, I've been watching football for over 23 years, and I can tell that this is the best. You're very right.
And the big man for the moment, IZ, how are you?
I'm good. It's nice to see that social media is helping a lot of us enjoy the AFCON as it is right now, because I feel like that's one of the major factors as to why, the banter, people are going crazy on X when Nigeria wins, those subtle shades. I'll tell you something that happened after the game against Angola quickly. So, there's a Twitter space held by the Angolans, and then a Nigerian changed his Twitter display picture to the Angola flag, joined the space, went there, requested for the speaker to jump on the speaker panel, and started playing the Nigerian national anthem. Just after we beat them. It's crazy. You see things like that, and you start to realize that, okay, look, there's something happening in this part of the world, and it's just fun, that the country that we hold dear to our hearts is doing a lot of good there. So it's nice to see. I'm excited.
Great, beautiful. And it's my special regard to mention my one and only brother, the sports mamba, Farouk.
7 bottles for you. Honestly, when IBK said he has been watching AFCON for 23 years, I can say it there that I've watched more than 30 years. It's official. You should understand. So, Baba, you are still a boy.
Thank you.
But the truth is, this year's AFCON is special for so many beautiful reasons.
Yes.
At the end of the day, that team we don't win them in the past, go still win them. I wish I can change, but it's special, honestly.
Yeah,
What if the Congo wins it?
They have won it twice in the past.
Yeah, so there is this belief that this is probably the best AFCON ever held in the soil of Africa. I don't know how true that is, IBK.
Well, I think football, people want to see upset. People want to see something different. Like Farouk said, as much as we experience something different, it's still sad that those who have won it are still the ones that will win it. But I think now it shows that there are no minnows in football. I think we've been saying this for years. And African football and I think South America, they've proven beyond reasonable doubt that I think the quality difference is not like what it used to be.
Okay.
Now you see Brazil play against Venezuela, and you are not even sure.
They go sweat.
You are not even sure if Brazil will win that game convincingly. You see Nigeria play Namibia, and the same thing. You are not even sure what is going to happen. So in the end, I think the fun there is the upset. You get the fun there is the upset, and I think one thing we should praise the CAF body for this time is how they were able to get the referees body together to give us a scandal-free, tournament. I think the last AFCON, I remember one of the referees who blew before the final whistle. He was probably pressed.
He said he was pressed.
You get so introducing VAR to this one, and VAR brings controversy, but you've seen that the referees are actually hell-bent on giving us a proper and a timed decision. Trust me, I'm sure the Europeans should come and learn from this, to be honest.
Shout out to CAF, man.
Shout out to the CAF referee body. Let me bust your head. You know what happened during this tournament? The game between Senegal and Ivory Coast was one of the games that we had little bits of referee issue. Do you know where the referee is now?
The
referee is at home.
Yeah,
that's to show you that I always say that Africa, when we want to do something and we get it right, others will come and learn from us. Yeah. So I hope that this will be a starting point for more growth, not just football, but I think in general, Africa, we are just too big, and a lot of these people really want to learn from us.
Talking about the quarterfinal matches, Nigeria against Angola, it was more or less like bragging rights. Who be the boss? Who be the baba for the continent? You understand? Nigeria was tipped as one of the contenders. Yeah. Do you think they will still go all the way?
Let me just take that one. Honestly, if anybody plays against Nigeria here in Africa, that country's name will be heard everywhere. Okay. See, now it's son of South Africa. They are talking about them now. It was the turn of Cameroon. We were talking about Cameroon. If it were Egypt, they will still talk about them. That shows that, see, forget that phrase, giant of Africa. We are truly the giant of Africa. We make other countries known. You go hear their name. Angola were like, in around cloud when they were playing against us, because they wanted to get the better of us so that they can just climb and also die in that table where big teams dying. By the end of the day, we show them that we don't have to play too beautiful. We don't have to, do tiki-taka, dribble you 10 times before we win. Just win and know how to win. Nigeria has shown in this tournament that we know how to win and get results against any opponent. I'm not counting my stars right about now, but I feel that...
Please start counting it. You're already in the semi-finals, bro.
Are you sure?
Start counting.
Okay, so let's even talk about the game proper, game proper. All right. I am one of the, with all due respect, I need to do it.
We know already. Just move on.
No, I need to do it on national TV. Pesero, I take back my words I said in the past, and I want to give you my flowers. All right. So I think probably I was being emotional and patriotic, and I was trying to motivate.
They are not being patriotic, maybe emotional.
You understand?
How many times did this man apologize?
No, I apologize properly. So now, I want to ask you something. Do you think that the formation that we've been playing so far, our first match against Equatorial Guinea was 4-3-3. All right, and we played a draw. Now he tweaked the game against
Ivory
Coast. And got a win. And ever since then, he has maintained a similar starting lineup. 3-5-2. Yeah. Do you think that has worked in our favor so far?
Yeah, I think it has. We were having a conversation, just us the guys, and IWK mentioned that, some of the defenders this defense that we're so proud of at this tournament is because of the setup that Pesero has, decided to go with. Say you play with a back four, I think there'll be a lot of spaces for opposing teams to exploit, and get the better of us from. But the way Pesero has set up the defense of the team is there's not a lot of space to play into. And that's testament to how we won against Angola. Because so far in this tournament, I remember saying it on the last episode that, these guys are people who want to play into the spaces that you leave for them. All those, somebody steps to get the ball, is put out of position. Before there's a runner in behind him. Absolutely. The ball is given to that person. That's exactly what Gilberto, Justin Dalla, and Mabululu have been thriving on so far in the competition. But against us, there was nothing like that. It was bad to the point that Justin Dalla had to be subbed off because he could not impact the game. Mabululu could not do anything. Gilberto was subbed off very early in that one, not even see anything play. As he passed Sanusi, Calvin Bassey, they stop him. So I think Pesero setup is a very big factor as to why we are where we are. And I also want to give him accolades for, getting these boys to play for the badge. Because over time, it has always been as if, we're the ones who are lucky to have them play for us, not the other way around. They are beginning to understand what it means to come and play for your national team, and how much it means. These guys play. I saw Franco Nyeka get on the stretcher, and the next thing is back on the pitch. Yeah. Osimhen did the same thing. And when he got subbed off, the way he left the pitch, you could just tell this guy had given his life.
What about Calvin Bassey? Yeah. That guy passion. That guy's a beast.
You could just tell this guy has given his life for the national team. And it's nice to see that. That's what inspires a lot of confidence in Nigeria. So that, okay, look, with the way things are going, we can win this tournament.
Do you know what is responsible for that? It is Ahmed Musa coming back into that team. You need someone that have done it before. For these guys to understand that, yes, you have to play. And these guys have attested to that. Am I lying, Abiki?
I noticed because at some point in the game when it seemed like
Musa has not played 1 second.
There was a lot of pressure. You know, the cooling break in the second half. Do you know who pressure was venting to? Ahmed Musa.
Yeah, true.
He called him before the cooling break happened, spoke to him, and then there was something he called like some of the players. And then Musa was addressing, I think, Osimhen, Lukman, Musa, and telling them, okay, look, you have to shuffle your movement, you know, don't make it too. He just kept, you can just tell that the experience, because there's a lot of raw when we realized that Musa was going to go to the AFCON. People were like, oh, typical Nigerian fashion, he's too old, he should not be going to the tournament, you know, there are better attackers you can go with. But so far, so good. A lot of us can see the sense in, you know, because I know IBK is a very big fan of him. There's no anywhere IBK is, you cannot slander Ahmed Musa. It's not possible.
Okay,
so it's nice that his presence.
I'm frank.
To be honest.
So do you think the presence of Ahmed Musa has actually added value to that team, IBK?
Well, if we are talking about someone who is the highest scorer for Nigeria at the World Cup,
4 goals.
Yeah, this is someone who have probably seen it all. He also won the AFCON, you know, with Nigeria in 2013. So when he was being invited, I think the invitation was more. I'm sure at some point, Musa would think, okay, maybe I might get playing time. But in the end, I always say that the momentum of the team or in the camp will decide whatever will happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure Musa now probably doesn't even want to play. I'm sure he probably just wants to get everyone over the line. And that happened when we defeated the host nation, Ivory Coast. I think that was a turning point for us, because I was seeing someone like Lukman, you know, off the ball movement, tracking back, marking around. Simon as well. You know, I spoke with Frank Onyeka, that was last week. And in fact, he said that what he plays at Brentford is different from what he plays, what Pesero told him to play. And he did not have a choice. That's to show you that most of these players are even sacrificing. A lot of them don't even play in back three, I've told you. Same with Calvin Bassey. I'm sure Calvin Bassey, I don't know if he's played the back three, but what he plays at Fulham is different from whatever it is.
Yeah.
So in the end, you are seeing that, and I think for this to have happened, I'm sure the coach would have spoken to Musa, come, this is your boys, if you don't answer me. These are your boys. They get money or they get this thing. Follow them and talk.
Be that senior.
So
someone like Musa, apart from the experience, you know what they call Achimoego? You know what they call Achimoego? What do you mean Achimoego? I get waiting.
Money.
You get like me now. If they follow me talk now, compared to where you will get money, they follow me talk now. You go get the kind way where I go. You know, if you don't even crack joke, I go laugh. I say you funny because you know you go give me advice. I go take calm for body. So in the end, it's based on. I'm not saying that money is a factor, but I think that the character, seniority. What Ahmed Musa is something that every player wants to be as well for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That's a big role in that.
You can remember quite well when Ahmed Musa was missing from about 4 windows for Nigeria. A lot of people were cracking jokes. You like it. It's the hand of Ahmed Musa. And it was obvious that we lacked leadership quality. It was obvious.
Yeah.
We were being beaten everywhere. We were drawing games. We could not even win games. We were conceding goals at plenty. Now, Ahmed Musa is back in the team. He has not played a single second. He looks happy. He's not talking that as a captain not playing.
Yeah.
And we are winning games. And the last match showed that this guy actually knows exactly what he's doing in that team. He was one, dishing on instructions. You do this, come this way. And everybody seems to always bow to him. And also in other interviews from those players, he will be saying something that he looks at Ahmed Musa in that team. He has something to prove. He can tell you, this is my medal. I've done it before.
Yes.
It's a slap on those guys' faces that Ahmed Musa will talk to them and they're not listening. And I'm telling you, it's one of the biggest motivation that a lot of people have not spoken about. Ahmed Musa is a friend of the house. Someone that we know quite well. He's a governor. And this guy is also down to earth. Aside from playing football.
Very down
to earth. He's a guy you can walk to on the street and talk to him. That's Ahmed Musa for you. Okay. So the impact of Ahmed Musa in this team can never be underestimated. I just wish that he can also be the first man to win the Nations Cup twice, and also Amerua.
In fact, hold on. You even know that Ahmed Musa is a unifier because I think his mom. I think his mom is from either Edo, then his dad is from the north. the guy probably does everything.
Yeah.
In fact, there's always
to say that we have a player in that team that played 11 years ago in the AFCON.
yes,
It's
Yeah,
an achievement.
no, of course, the longevity is there. You can't rule that out. However, there is a point I want to bring out here, and I want
and
us
he's
to.
still quite young anyway. He's just 30 years. So
No, I
That's
don't
what
know.
it is.
Of
Of course.
That's
Official.
official.
I don't know.
Okay, that's 30.
What do you mean
No,
official?
I'm asking.
what's
That's
the
what I'm
name
saying.
official?
No, I mean his football age is 30. That's what I'm saying.
What's-
No,
Okay, so
that-
that's his age.
That's
Oh, that's
football
his age.
age.
Okay, sorry. The point I'm making here, I want to say something different, and it's from the team. After the game against Angola, there was this point, people were actually criticizing Zaidu that his left his wing is actually a problem, as in his side has always been a problem.
I'm one of the
So
people.
the question is, do you think Zaidu needs to step up his game? Do you think there is something about him that needs to be changed? Do you think?
I think he needs to step up.
Even Zaidu.
Wait.
Zaidu knows.
No.
Okay.
The way we play, honestly, I can excuse him from any faults.
Alright.
Going forward has been problem. Honestly, it's obvious to everybody.
And I think he's.
But defensively, these guys have formed a bond. 5 players at the back, and they're doing quite well. Nothing has gone past him that is wing. But going forward has been a problem. And one thing we also have to understand that playing at Porto is different from playing for Nigeria. Okay. He knows some players take time before they understand who they are playing with offensively. I think Sanusi is one of such players. He has been awful going forward. But his primary assignment is what? Stop attackers.
No, but
don't let anybody pass you.
No.
And they have done that quite well.
I totally disagree with you on that part, because
I not only that.
He's playing this time around as a winger. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a 3-5-2 they're playing. So if you are attacking, you are joining the attack.
Now this
Do you
is
understand?
hold on. This is it. Now, what did Pesero start with?
Okay.
I think he started with pragmatism.
Yeah.
Not necessarily low block, but choking the middle of the park
Exactly.
down to the defense.
Yeah.
So in the end, what is the priority of Pesero? That's the reason Iheanacho has not played. The reason some of these players have not played is because he has seen players who their off the ball movement has been tremendous. Let me tell you something. Zaidu Sanusi covers ground, be it 120 minutes, is still doing the same thing. How many players can Awazim do it? Can Osai do it? So in the end, you have to say, who are these players that can execute this method? Now, you can probably say that he's not the best left back in the tournament. You can probably say that he's the worst left back in the tournament. But the assignment given to him, has he done it well? Yes or no? I think yes.
No, but he has fallen short.
How? After I've
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, how?
Because he has actually faced a lot of criticisms. You understand? As regards his input going forward.
Is it from his coach?
No.
It's from those guys.
That's what I'm telling you. The coach knows what he's saying.
I think
The coach knows what he's
Okay,
saying.
so what's your opinion about that?
I think my opinion about this whole Sanusi thing is defensively he has been solid, no doubt. Him and Calvin Bassey have that entire left flank on lock.
Yeah.
But the issue I have with Sanusi and why I think he needs to step up his game is when we're attacking, I don't think anybody on that team gets into better attacking positions than
I agree.
Sanusi.
Absolutely.
For some reason, the ball just gets to him.
Do you know why?
He knows how to make those runs where
You know, that's the
you're able
thing.
to find him
The
with
guy
the ball.
covers ground
I
to a
get
point
that, but
the guy covers ground to a point that he's always in a position where he needs to send the ball into the 18-yard box. And in the end, you ask yourself, I know have this energy? No. That's the point. How many players have this energy to cover that same flank over and over again? Yes, you might say that he's missing his crosses, but in the end, has he met the objective of what the coach wants from him? I'm sure he has done that more than 100%.
Okay.
My IBK is don't you believe that at some point we start seeing some level of conversion for his ability to run into space?
My brother, we are in the semi-final.
Away from.
We are not in group stage.
Away from.
There's a reason this thing has been working for us.
No, hold on. Hold on.
But in a position where every attack you're able to muster up matters.
Yeah.
You need
It's tournament
the reason
time will come and we will
No, the reason why I'm raising this issue of Zaidu is because we are going into the semi-finals with South Africa. You understand? And do you think it's going to be a problem for us do you think the South Africans, just like Nigerians are criticizing Zaidu on the internet, do you think they will probably pick that spot and probably try to utilize that angle to hurt Nigerians?
Utilizing how exactly? That Zaidu gets into positions and not necessarily delivers the killer blow. He's doing his job defensively. If you can't get past Zaidu, there's no way you're getting at those to score. So his primary assignment is getting done. Let's leave the work for, I think at this point, let's Zaidu focus on, doing what he does best. Because let's not even forget, the pass to Moses Simon that led to Lookman's goal came from Zaidu.
Iwobi.
Was it Iwobi?
Yeah, it was Iwobi.
No, Zaidu.
It was from Zaidu.
Okay. Okay.
It came from him. So at some point, he may not get it all the time, but I agree with IBK that he's doing his basic job well. I don't necessarily see what is there for South Africa to exploit or use against us. The people who have been creating for us so far, let's hope to God they continue to create. Those who have been taking the chances, let's hope to God they continue to take their chances, and we'll beat Bafana.
Okay, so there is another school of thought. There is another school of thought that as much as Victor Osimhen has not been scoring, he has actually the formation we are playing has actually not favored him to score. What do you think about that?
I won't say it hasn't, because he has had a lot of chances to score, but most of those chances he has fluffed his lines. He scored in the last match, very, very close, offside as well too. Also had good chances that defenders were very proactive to block some of the shots. I just feel that Osimhen should continue doing what he's doing. He's attracting a lot of defenders away from him. He's taking so much attention and making other players come into play. If it wasn't for him also getting off a lot of defenders, Lookman would have shown like Minosa his last 2 games. So some things will work for one thing, and I feel that Osimhen has shown that he does not have to score, and it shows that he's not even after goals. At this point in time, he just wants us to play good football and win ultimately. Ask Osimhen to run from now till 120 minutes, he will give you just that. Also doing it quite well.
Osimhen has been instrumental in all the goals we scored.
He has been.
He has had in every single goal we scored in this tournament.
IBK, Ademola Lookman became the 4th Nigerian to actually score 3 goals back to back. You understand, in a competitive tournament. What do you think has been his I don't know the word, the sudden
being the talisman.
Yeah, being the Nigerian talisman, being the key man. Everybody the hype was on Osimhen before the tournament, but Lookman came from nowhere and just blossomed. And
I think the setup
he's taking the center stage.
I think the setup has given him more freedom to operate, to move the ball around, to access what it is while you are attacking. I always say that 3-5-2 formation will give attackers a lot of varieties. Now, Ademola Lookman, what surprises me about him this tournament is that we've always criticized players who didn't really grow up in Nigeria, being called upon from abroad and the rest. And we always say they don't really know what it means to play for Nigeria. But not only Ademola Lookman, what's his name again? Calvin Bassey, Ola Aina, Semi Ajayi, Iwobi. These guys have probably done more than what the real guys that were born in Nigeria would have done. So in the end, I think it's more of momentum. I'm sorry. I think it's more of, we are winning games. It's a tournament football. Everyone needs to come to the party. And that's why I like the fact that Pesero is not, experimenting with any player. This is who I'm going with. So there's this belief that it's a momentum. We might go into another tournament and things will happen this way. Yeah, so in the end, I'm happy that we've been able to catch up with the momentum and we are working towards it. Everyone has been doing superbly well. I will not single out one person, to be honest. If they are to pick player of the tournament, I think they should join them together and pick them, because if they're talking about seeing proper teamwork, I think this is just, and South Africa, we are going to give them a proper run for their money.
Okay, so moving away from the Nigerian team, see, sometimes there is this popular saying that you don't give up until the last breath goes off you. You understand? That was the story of Ivorians, the host nation, last weekend. Going one man down and still coming out triumphant against Mali should be one of the 7 wonders of the world. Malians didn't see that coming, they didn't see it coming. It was a very for me. It was ill-inspiring as far as I'm concerned.
I think it's very simple. The Malians should blame themselves. That was why.
Quick
That was why they were. That was why they were.
Okay, so
That was why they were pouring.
People from Mali are called Malians.
Yeah.
Of course. That is why they were pouring water, buckets of water on the coach head.
But that was
If I was the one, if I was that position, I honestly, I would just knock his head like bam. Mali scored their first goal against Cote d'Ivoire in the Nations Cup for the first time in their career. Mali have not beaten Cote d'Ivoire for over 30 or 40 years. Last time they got the better of them was around 1980 something. I can't remember quite well now. And it just shows that at times, some people don't go beyond their problems. Okay. They had everything working well for them. They had the penalty. They missed. They went ahead with the coil, like absolute wonder of a goal. And they were winning. 89 minutes. And that coach, all by himself, threw it away. How can you sub 4 players at that point in time, at the same time? Sub 2, kill momentum. Sub another 2, and you see how that game. At the end of the day, technicality is very, very important in football. Yeah. Honestly, if you don't know exactly what to do at the right point in time, you will answer small question and it will just turn you apart. Mistake from the defender, but I felt that the ref was harsh a bit. Let the game go on. But 9 men against 10 and they won because of what? The 12th man on the stand. I'm very, very scared. The only thing I fear now is the Ivorians because of what? They are playing at home and they will do anything. Look at when they lost 4-0 against Congo and Guinea. They destroyed everywhere.
Okay, so talking about that, IBK, something happened at the death of that match. All right, the Malians actually they nearly beat.
I'm sorry, this Malians name is too funny. I cannot
you understand? The Mali team. Okay, so probably you put it down. The Mali team, the players, they nearly beat up the referee.
Well, that's their name. They're Malians.
You understand?
It's just too funny.
Yeah. guys. Let's get serious here. So they nearly beat up the referee, and it's a sportsmanlike. You understand? For a professional footballer to actually accost a referee, you understand?
I think I've been in situations like this before, and I think you now realize that you've done something really bad after the whole thing happened. I'm sure if you probably ask Mali captain now, and he will tell you that he's so sorry that emotions got the better of him. You know, in the end, that's why they call it professionalism. Roy, being professional is not about your talent.
Yeah.
It's about adding your character, your moral values, you know, what you stand for and how good you are in it. So in the end, now you are talented, but you are doing something like this. I think that's why I say we've had fantastic tournament and those Malians wanted to spoil it for us.
Yeah.
The least they could have done was to at least, you know, report to the FA or something. Like I said, their emotions got better of them, but there is no reason to be violent to any referee or at all. That's why FIFA covers referees as much as some referees who can be very funny. But I think what stands is no violence any day, anytime.
Good. What do you think that actually worked in favor of the Ivorians?
At the end of the day, Ogafaro already pointed out that you cannot be 1 goal up at the dime minute and then, you know, just make 4 changes. First of all, the players who are playing are locked in.
Absolutely.
They're in the zone. They can feel every. It's like to them the game is alive. They can feel everything. Everything starts to happen like muscle memory. They know, okay, look, this guy is going to make this run at so time. This is how they've been trying to come at us. Okay, this is how we're going to defend and all of that. And then these guys are hot. You get the game is practically flowing through them, and then you chunk off 4.
That's about
at the same time.
That's about 40% of your team.
Do you get? And bring on 4 new fresh legs who have not exactly, you know, soaked the game into understanding. Okay, look, this, you know, watching football from outside can be very funny. You feel like you know what's going on until you actually cross that touchline, get to the pitch, and it's as if everything else comes alive once. Actually, you get. So at the end of the day, the coach of the pour water for your head. He's the one who sold out the team. But then again, take us away from the Ivorians. They have the backing of the crowd. They are the host nation for crying out loud. Yeah. So the crowd, they're solidly behind them. They want them to win. And it's very good that, you know, they can turn that into a catalyst for them to go on and get one and get the second one to, you know, win the game and not take it to penalties. But another funny thing that happened in this game is you're on a yellow card. You scored. I don't know if it was excitement from the goal scorer
who
got the second yellow.
Of course, obviously, it was excitement.
But
he probably didn't remember he was on yellow. I'm sure if you remember, no, of course. Excitement can make you do a whole lot of things. If you watch this thing again, the highlight again, you will realize when he now saw the second yellow card was when he realized that so they don't give me yellow before. You know, that kind of reaction. So that was when he got back to his senses.
By far the best AFCON ever.
Do you think with the way Ivory Coast is going, do you think they will probably win this tournament?
Unless for some reason they don't play Nigeria in the final.
Fantastic.
If they do, then there's no. That's the only way they can win it.
It's okay. So let's move away from the match between Ivory Coast and look at what happened between
Congo
and Guinea. You know, so there is this soothsayer, there is this whatever that trended. The guy said Cape Verde Guinea will win the competition. I don't know if you guys
someone animal for TikTok.
One guy
Angola go beat Nigeria. I mean that cat.
Yeah, he's not even a cat. This is a guy. He came out and predicted that Guinea will win the competition. Unfortunately, he got 7 predictions correctly, and this one failed him. So, guys, Guinea, they're out. You know, they played all the whole hype and whatever, and
the focus is on DR Congo. I think they are a very disciplined side, and anyone facing them, they are obviously going to give Ivory Coast a run for their money in the semi-finals because they've got Wissa, you know, very exciting set of players, energetic,
Wemba,
you know, Masuaku, you know, these are players that they are also classy players who have played with stars. So in the end, I like these semi-finals because everybody gets waiting.
You go collect that.
You get, so if you lose focus, you go collect.
Did you know that Congo have not won a match in 90 minutes except this game against Guinea? All 3 games in the group stages were draw. Round of 16, draw, penalty, and now they reminded me of a certain team led by Cristiano Ronaldo. They didn't win their first match.
No, I think it's even.
He's same for Cote d'Ivoire now.
They
qualify as best loser.
Cote d'Ivoire won the match. They won the first match and they lost the 2.
Okay.
But here now, a team that has not won any game.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they just woke up.
That has not won any game in 90 minutes. Add that clause.
They didn't win any game.
No.
The only game they won was penalty. You don't count penalty as win. You don't count penalty as win.
Okay.
And now they woke up and they scored 3 against the Guinean that have been very formidable.
Okay.
Watch out for that. And I hope they will take out the host nation because now I'm scared to play against host nation. The last time we faced the host nation in the final, all just 90.
Yeah.
They spanked us 5-1 in the first match, opening match. They also beat us 1-0 in the final. So we have already gotten better of Ivorians. I don't want them again.
You feel it is better we beat DR Congo over Ivory Coast.
And this team also considered first. They just came back and but I would prefer we beat Congo, of course. DR Congo, of course.
Beat Congo.
No, definitely.
Okay. So what's your take?
We'll beat anybody.
Okay, so
take it to the bank.
So
and the last match
was South Africa against
Amapiano boys.
Cape Verde, the Amapiano boys. You know, there's this battle of Muzanga that will happen on Wednesday, Nigeria against South Africa. And you know, prior to this match, a lot of Nigerians were actually hoping for South Africa so that we will settle the battle of who owns the Amapiano currently. You understand? And I think God heard that prayer. And a certain William caught 4 penalties. I mean, that's a record.
First of all, can we all agree
that's
that
a record?
Those penalties were poorly taken?
Not all were poorly taken. Can you please give him his flowers? That is a very good.
No doubt.
Yes.
Saving 4 penalties is not a joke.
No,
exactly.
I think
so,
the reason I would say penalties are not poorly taken was because most of the penalties were not played to the middle. They were played to, you know, it was a directional shot.
Even one they scored, he followed it.
Meaning the Ruben Williams obviously had maybe, will I say premonition, or he had an idea of picking a spot. His prediction level was 100%. Yes. Because it's hard for you to say this is where the keeper or this is where the player will kick the ball. Whether the player passes the ball to the net or not. Go and check Messi's penalty. What's in the column? Messi's penalty at the World Cup final that penalty shootout.
Yes.
Baba, now who follow ball get chance to catch him. If you not follow him, you know if you catch him. So in the end, give him his flowers. I'm scared already that we might face these guys in penalty shootout. But I look at Wambali and I think that we have. I don't want to disrespect South Africa, but I think they are not on our level in terms of qualities. And I think we have to get on that.
Let's even look at the game proper. Yeah. You understand? Let's look at the game proper. So many people believed that Cape Verde played better than South Africa.
No, it was obvious.
You understand? Exactly.
I also gone like 3 goals ahead.
I also believe that, but I think Cape Verde didn't take their chances. Simple. You understand? They didn't take their chances.
They actually played well. Okay. And at the same time, that's why you should also give this William credit. He kept quite well in that game. Point blank saves. Especially the last one in the regular time where he pushed the ball to the goal post. You could see the way he celebrated. You could see he was celebrating as if they have won that match. Those are the things that build you up for moments where he saved 4 penalties. I've never seen him before in my life of watching football. 5 penalties. I'm not saying 10 penalties. 5 penalties, regular one. And you saved 4. Even the one that scored. Even the one that they scored. You was close to keeping them out. It shows that he's a specialist when it comes to this. And I don't feel that these guys will take us to penalties. If you don't beat South Africa, this team. Because Cape Verde were better completely.
No, but chill. Let's take it. Football is dynamic. No, football is dynamic. Do you understand? We've played South Africa 14 times. We've won 7, played draw, and lost 2 against them. Yeah. All right. So
and one of those 2 are friendlies.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a competitive football. You understand? So, IBK, do you think Nigeria will come tops against South Africa?
It's not about thing. It's what I know. The quality is different. The only thing I'm scared of is the fact that the South African backline, including the goalkeeper, they are from Sundowns. You get they all play for Mamelodi Sundowns. So there's this chemistry and understanding, this mad cohesion, amongst them, and that's my only fear of how we're going to break them down. But in terms of we conceding goals, we would have seen with the compactness of our defense, with the organization, and with how disciplined our defenders are, I don't think we'll concede goal. I think what we should start asking is how we going to create chances and score goals, because they also have a fantastic defensive pairing. But we have one of the best strikers in the world, if not the best. We have one of the most expensive strikers in Victor Osimhen. We have a guy who is blazing hot in tournament, Ademola Lookman. We have Moses Simon, who also has come into the party. So the question is, who are we facing in the final? Is it Ivory Coast or is it DR Congo? Because I'm already in the finals of the AFCON for me.
Or the future side say they don't want playoffs.
Fantastic. So do you think the South Africans, they've got the quality to actually hurt Nigerians?
Obviously, if we let them, they look like a side that want to go to the finals. And obviously, if you let them, they will take their chance and hurt us if they have to. Not even if they have to hurt us if they get the chances. But at the end of the day, the ball is in our court. We are going into this game as favorites. We have a very good record defensively. We've only conceded 1 goal in the entire tournament. Our defense is rock solid. We're scoring goals. There was no goal in their match against Cape Verde. So there are a lot of things in our favor going into this game. So at the end of the day, we need to make these things count.
Just to round it off, honestly, we should be blaming ourselves if we don't get better of this team. The last time they were in the semi-final was here in Nigeria, 2000, when we hosted, and there was a quick fire goal from Babangida in the first half that we won 2-0. So I don't see anything of threat from this team. The only thing I fear is that they have a team that knows each other, just like IBK stated that most of them plays for Mamelodi Sundowns. Other than that, they're a team that appear to be like Brazil, but they don't have that capabilities. They like those passes, flick, and show themselves, but they only do that against a team that's not good enough. From what I've seen from Nigeria, midfield-wise, defensively, attacking-wise, honestly, they don't come close. So IBK,
only Mukwena will be problem.
See you, IBK.
No,
IBK. Listen now. Let's meet in
I don't the finals, but
let's see that, because that's why we're watching the final.
Okay, guys, it's been beautiful having this discussion with you guys. The truth is, in football, you don't underrate your opponents, and I wouldn't want us to, as much as we are positive and want to be patriotic about what is going to happen on Wednesday. Personally, I believe South Africa is not a threat to Nigeria. I believe we'll trash South Africa. And on that note, we have actually come to the end of this particular program. However, Fans, it's up to you right now. So you have to tell us if you have any fears or you think Nigeria will win South Africa convincingly. So go to our comment section and tell us what you think about the match between Nigeria and South Africa on Wednesday. And you have to also pray for Nigeria. Until we come your way next week, this is always Best of Best Sports. You have to follow us on all our social media handle and keep a date with us. If you love sports and you want the best of sports, now this is where you have to come and get all your exciting and scintillating news, updates about sports. Until we come your way next week. Guys, thank you so much. My name is Kelvin Roy. Adios.